Hello everyone, welcome back to Build with Temi. I am so excited because most of us are shutting down for the year. The year is winding down and we are gradually preparing to enter into the new year 2026. And that is one of the reasons why it's necessary for us to have this conversation right now. I know that most companies are shutting down for the year. The companies that are not shutting down are slowing down operations, and a lot of people are taking their annual leave at this time of the year. So this is a good time for us to have this conversation. And we're going to be talking about rest today. Honestly, I feel very guilty talking about this topic because I do not rest enough. So it feels hypocritical that I'm coming to tell people about rest when I'm not resting myself. But you know what they say, God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. So I'm going to talk to us about it, and I'm going to learn as much as I believe you're going to learn as well. It's important for you to know that rest is not something that is luxury. It's not something that you wait till you earn it. It is a part of you. It is obedience to God. It is a part of fulfilling purpose. Humans were not designed to walk, and walk. We must always rest. So rest is part of our human experience on this planet. It's not something that we do after we have worked for so long. It's not something that we will do only after we have achieved all our to-do list. It is something we must always incorporate into our to-do list. Let's not fall into the trap of the hustle culture that says sleep is for the weak. That is not true. Now, we're going to be talking about the different types of rest. I know when we hear the word rest, most of us were thinking of sleeping, just not working. But that's not the only kind of rest. That's physical rest. But there are other ways you can rest, and it's important you know how you can rest so you can rest appropriately. Because sometimes you might be taking a physical rest. If you're anxious, you can sleep for 2 days, and at the end of the day you wake up and you're still distressed, you're still tired. So it's important you really understand the different types of rest so that you can take them. The first and the most common type of rest is physical rest. This is the rest of your body. There are people that have died untimely death simply because they did not rest enough. Because if you consistently work this body without taking adequate rest, one day the body is going to pack up, or the body will develop diseases that you're going to use the money that you have earned to start nursing. 2, emotional rest. This is the rest that you need for your heart. The truth is, even if you sleep for 3 days, sleep for a week, if you have a lot of things on your mind, you will consistently wake up tired. One of the ways you can ensure you're having emotional rest is you see all those worry, all those fears that you have, journal them down. Write them like you're writing a letter to God, that God, you're the one that is going to resolve all these problems. Because all these days that you've been worrying about those problems, have they been resolved? No, they have not. If you need to see a therapist, see a therapist. If you need to have a community, have a community. If you need to share with people, share with people. Whatever you need to do to release that burden from your heart and truly rest emotionally, ensure you take it, or else you will be sleeping and you just be going through life with so much heaviness. So please release it so you can rest. 3, spiritual rest. We all know life is spiritual. Well, if you don't know, I am telling you today now that life is very spiritual. And because of the many things that a lot of people are going through in their personal lives, they've dabbled into things they're not supposed to dabble into. They've gone to places they are not supposed to go to because they're looking for solutions to their problem. More often than not, when you go to these strange places, you end up with more problems than solution to the problem. The only way you can truly rest spiritually is to actually trust God and completely yield all your problems to God, all your worries, just leave it to God. And also, a lot of people will think, oh, for you to attain spiritual rest, there are some things you need to do. Oh, you need to go on one mountain and go and stay there for the next 2 years. You need to deprive yourself of food. You actually don't need anything, because all of these things, they do not affect God in any way. It is you that it is blessing. So if you truly want spiritual rest, of course, you can decide to, pray. You can decide to fast. You can decide to read your holy book. You can decide to discuss with people of similar faith as you, whatever rocks your boat. But don't think that it is in those activities that you are doing that you're going to get the spiritual rest. The true spiritual rest is for you to truly know God for yourself and be able to put all your worries and say, you know what, God, I trust you. I might not know what is happening tomorrow, but I trust you. You are the creator of tomorrow. So please, have your way. 4 is mental rest. This is rest for your mind. We live in a generation where there is so much noise. There is information overload. There is one thing or the other. The moment you pick your phone, you open YouTube, there is something. You open WhatsApp, there is something. Instagram, Twitter, there is something. TikTok, there is something. Snapchat, there is something. There is so many information everywhere. At the end of the day, most of these things are just disturbing us and causing anxiety. One way you can ensure you take your mental rest is by shutting down, shutting off the noise. Reduce your overconsumption of social media. When you spend more time with yourself, you will see that you're more creative, you have more clarity, you are happier, you are not as anxious as you used to be. So please, let's endeavor to always shut down and take our mental rest. 5 is relational rest. This is resting from people, resting from relationships. You need to learn to say no. You need to have boundaries. You can't afford to always be everything to everyone every single time. So it's important for you to examine the relationships in your life and know the ones that you're going to give space, the ones that you're going to increase the boundaries, just to protect yourself and ensure that you are having relationship rest. Now, I know that most of what I have shared about the different types of rest that we have, these are things that you people have heard before. You know what happened, you've heard this kind of rest, you've heard to stop social media, you've heard everything before. But it's necessary for us to examine right now why you choose not to rest. Despite the fact that you have all this information at your fingertips, you choose not to do them. And I am sharing this with you so that you can look at yourself and recognize your triggers. Number 1, the superhuman syndrome. You believe that if you should stop, everything is going to fall apart. You believe that, oh, if you are not at work, work is not going to go. You believe that if you not open that your business for this entire Christmas period, your customers are going to die. You believe that your children are not going to survive if you are not available. I just want you to do one thing. Just travel for a week. I promise you, all the people that you are disturbing yourself about, they will survive. And they will be fine. You will come back and you will be shocked. So please, don't put every single person above yourself. You're not superhuman. It's only God that can meet everybody's needs. You can't. So rest. 2, guilt. There are a lot of you that feel very guilty when it's time to rest, especially parents and business owners. You're like, hey, if I rest, what's going to happen? How will this? Please rest. God forbid you go into coma because you've overstretched yourself or you have a terminal illness. What will happen to those children? In fact, for you to truly take good care of those children, you need to be your best, which means you need to rest. 3, anxiety or fear of tomorrow. Hey, if I rest now, what will happen to my business? If I shut this business now for 2 weeks, will I come back and everywhere will be empty? You cannot afford to be anxious, especially if you're someone that believes in God. God created you. God created tomorrow. It's only God that knows what will happen tomorrow. You don't even know if you will wake up tomorrow. We just are hopeful that we'll wake up tomorrow. So if you know that you don't even know whether you're going to wake up tomorrow, then don't stress yourself. All you need to do is to trust the God that is the creator of tomorrow. Don't let anxiety steal your rest from you. Always remember that tomorrow will take care of itself. 4, comparison and performance. You will see somebody has the perfect marriage. You think, oh, if I keep working, I'm going to have the perfect marriage. Because one of your friends just bought a new Range Rover. You say, oh, I need to keep working so that I can buy my own Range Rover. You need to remember that your journey is different from your friend's journey. Don't let comparison or the rat race for the perfect house, the perfect family, the perfect marriage. There's no perfection. And all of us on social media, we're only showing the parts of us that are good. 5, some people see busyness as their identity. The only way you feel valuable is when you're something to everybody. You need to understand that God created you intentionally. You are not on this planet by mistake. God knew what he was doing when he created you. God knew what he was doing when he gave you the family he gave you. God knew what he was doing when he put you in the country he put you. So you are already valuable without anything. Every other thing you acquire is a plus. So don't think that it is that busyness, that, oh, I am a father, that I am a this, I am a that is your identity. No, you already have your identity that is separate from all those other things that are your responsibility. 6 is unforgiveness. When you're carrying the weight of all the people that have offended you. Forgiveness is not for the person you forgive. It is for you yourself. You can't properly rest if you've carried the weight of everybody that has offended you in your heart. So the earlier you begin to rest, the better for you. 7, lack of boundaries. You must always remember that every no you say to somebody is a yes to yourself. Don't go and be saying yes to people at the expense of yourself. Rest. 8, cultural and religious misinterpretation. There are a lot of toxic things people have put in religion and culture. They will say, you have to do this. They are promoting suffering. They are promoting you just working and being taken advantage of. See, any religion or any culture that makes you feel like you are in bondage is not from God. God designed you as a human being to rest. Now, let's talk about how you can properly rest. I know most of us, when we hear it's time to rest, we are thinking, let me go and sleep for 10 hours, or we are thinking, let me just be scrolling on my phone, let me watch movies and all of that. Some of these things can be ways you can rest, but these are not the only ways you can properly rest, because we've defined it. You need to rest your body, you need to rest your mind, you need to rest every single part of yourself. Number one, unplug intentionally. It is prescribed that at least 1 hour before bed you should stop all screen time and all of that, but the truth is, I know that is unrealistic for most of us. So what can you do? Maybe you start with 10 minutes, or you start with 5 minutes. At least 10 minutes before you go to sleep, you can choose to journal. All those things you didn't like about your day, you can choose to write them down to help you to just wind down slowly before you eventually sleep, and it will also help you have better sleep. 2, schedule quiet moments intentionally. This can be maybe 10 to 15 minutes when you first wake up. You are not pressing your phone, you're not doing anything, you're just sitting in silence alone with your thoughts. Take a walk without your headphones or listening to a podcast or anything. Drive in silence, do your chores in silence. Just truly have those moments where you are alone with your thoughts. When you are bored, it is very necessary. 3, choose times during the week, during the day, during the month where you intentionally rest. 4, intentionally practice deep breathing from time to time. Just breathe in and out. It helps your body rest. 5, rest before you break. There's something that I think my mom says, that if you do not take out time to rest your body is going to choose the time for you. And at that time, you will not have a choice as to how long the rest will last. You won't have a choice about how the thing is going to go. So it's better you take the rest before your body does it for you. Finally, I would like to say that God designed us to rest. Human beings, we are not machines. If we were machines, we won't be feeling sleepy, but we feel sleepy. We get tired. So it's very, very important that you're intentional, you understand this, and you take your rest from time to time. May God continue to give you peace and take away all those things that are worrying you, that are disturbing you from resting. And as you continue to rest, God will continually renew your strength. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and you can feel free to send an email to me at buildwithtemi@gmail.com. I remain Temi Odianyika. Bye.